sun breaks through the clouds, beams of light shining all around. The way the ocean meets the sand, waves of blue come crashing in. The way a mother holds her child, the way you make me smile. I see you, I feel you, like the wind against my face. I hear you, I'm near you, with every step I take. I want to follow you more and more each day. 'Cause you are the way, you are the way. The way the thunder shakes the earth, lightning strikes and shouts.
Good morning, and welcome to our Sunday school lesson for the fourth Sunday of Easter. It's so good to see you all this morning. I'm Pastor John, and with me is
Alex.
And it's great to be here today. Today we're going to hear a great story from the book of Acts. Acts is the book of the Bible that tells us some amazing stories about what happens to the people of God after Jesus' death, resurrection, and ascension. And we get to hear how wonderful this community was. And so Alex is going to read us a story.
All right, this is the story of the early believers. Some of the early believers were great at sharing. They shared their food and their clothes. They shared their money and their homes. They were so generous. No one was poor or needy because others gave without holding anything back. Together they saw many miracles and wonders. They met in the temple and they met in their homes. They talked about Jesus and they thanked God for blessing them. Then something amazing happened.
Amazing.
Ready?
What's it going to be?
When other people saw how happy these first believers were, sharing all they had and talking about Jesus, they believed too.
Whoa. Cool.
They became Christians and they shared their food and their clothes, their money and their homes. They became one big Christian family, and their church family grew and grew and grew. A picture here, a bunch of guys being happy and celebrating in the streets, it looks like.
Yeah, what a great story. And that is true. When other people see our joy, our generosity, and our love towards other people, they begin to ask themselves, oh, what do those people have? What am I missing out on, right? And in our congregation, we're not perfect ever, but we attempt to live that out, to hear God's call, to be generous, to love other people. And we do that when we serve at the Friendly Kitchen, or when we help out with Family Promise, or when we advocate in our community for people who are experiencing poverty or new immigrants into our community, and all those people that seem to get left out of our society. And when we invite them in and when we love them, people see that and they want to be part of it. And that's how people come to understand God. You know, we can't force people to be Christians. Not a good idea, right? We shouldn't, make them fearful, like, oh, be a Christian and, nothing bad will happen to you, right? But we should do it just because we show our love and we're connected. And we have had people who've come to our church and comment on how much it seems that our congregation really cares and loves one another. And then cares and loves other people in our community as well. So those are powerful messages. And Alex has a great craft that he's going to show us now that shows us.
Yeah, so this craft kind of showcases how we are family and how we are connected, and it's really simple. Most of you have probably done it before. So what we're going to be doing is making paper chain dolls, and then we're going to take it a step above that. So what you're going to need for this activity is you're going to need a piece of paper. It can be white or any color you want, construction or printer paper, it doesn't really matter. You're going to need a pencil. You need a pair of scissors, safety scissors if you can find them, that way you don't accidentally cut yourself. You need a ruler, and then you're going to need a coin of some sort. This is a $50, which, I don't know, I've never seen this until I found one in my room earlier today. So, right, what you're going to do, it's super simple. You're going to take your piece of paper, you're going to fold it in half lengthwise. There you go. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take your folded piece of paper and you're going to fold it again lengthwise. There'll be one strip like that. Now for the final step, you're going to fold it again lengthwise one more time. So that's a total of 3 folds and they're all in the same direction. And it should look like that. You should have one small strip of paper. Now comes probably the most challenging part. You've got to sketch out half of a figure, and I'll show you how we're going to do that. We're going to take your coin, and you're only going to put half of it on the piece of paper, so you have half a circle, half of a head. So you put the coin on the paper, about halfway on, then you take your pencil, and you trace around the coin. So now you should have a little half circle like that. Now you're going to take your ruler, and you're going to draw the lines for the rest of your character. So you got to draw straight down for the neck, and then out for the arms, which I'll show you guys in a second so it makes sense. Draw the arms, and then draw the torso and the legs.
And you can have those be any amount you want.
Yeah, it can be any shape or size. I tend to find that the bigger you draw them, the better. Just for the second half of this craft we're going to do, which will be revealed in a second. So after you finish drawing your stick figure, it should look like that. You should have half a stick figure. So one arm, one leg, and then half a head. Now comes the fun part. You take your scissors, and you're going to cut out the stick figure. You want to be very careful with this, as cutting paper can be dangerous if you slip. So
Get your parents' permission and help to use scissors at home.
So you're going to cut it out. Be very careful to not cut through your figure, because that wouldn't be very nice. Then, once you're all done cutting it out, it should look something like this once you unfold it. There's 4 figures here, and they all look identical to the ones you drew.
Okay.
So now you have your figures. So what are you going to do with them? They're blank, right? Well, we talked about family, so I think it'd be interesting if you could decorate each figure like a member of your family. So I'll show you guys what I did. I took my family of 6 people, and I made them all into stick figures. So on your guys' left, in the blue shirt, that's my father, then my mother, then my sister with the pink hair, then there's me with the green shirt and the brown pants, then my younger sister, and then my younger brother.
So I noticed that you stapled these 2 people onto these 4 people.
Correct. So as you can see, the one sheet of paper only makes 4 stick figures. So what you can do is you can make 2 sheets worth and then cut to fit. And then what I did is I stapled their hands and feet together so that way they're connected. You can use tape or glue, whatever you would like. And this is interesting because you can make as many people in your family as you want. And I don't necessarily think family is people who are related to you in blood. It could be your pets, it could be your best friends, anything like that.
And in church, we talk about how we're God's family, right?
Yeah.
We're children of God, and we're all God's family. And oftentimes people in our church will talk about our church as part of their family. So this is a great thing. And if people mail in their families to us, then we can put them on our board back here, and we can have our church family up here. So mail those back to us after you get done cutting them out and decorating them like Alex did. This is great. And then we'll put them up here, and we'll
Link them all up.
Yeah, we'll show how we're all connected, because ultimately, in the world, everybody's connected, right? We want to make all these false distinctions against each other, but really we're all just human beings, and we're all just loved by God so deeply. So that's the message of the early believers, is that we're really all connected, and we show that connection through love and generosity. So thank you, Alex. That was really great.
Yeah.
And thank you all for being with us this day, and we look forward to the day we have Sunday school back together, and we continue to pray for all of you and think of all of you. So God bless.